Good morning everyone. Welcome you again to the online classes. This class is for the students of class 12. And in my previous class, we are discussing continuity and we solve few problems from the exercise 5.1. Today we'll start from question number 12. In my last class we have solved question number 10. That was the last question. So today we'll start from question number 12. So question number 12 is f of x is equal to x to the power 10 minus 1 if x is less or equal to 1, and it is x square if x is greater than 1. Okay, so you can see that the function is defined for every real value. Okay, the function is defined for every real value. So if I take this is 1 point, so for the value of x less than 1 or equal to 1, it will take this function x square minus 1, and for x greater than 0 the function will take this value x square. We have to find all point of discontinuity of this function. So as the function is defined for every real value, so let us consider a arbitrary real value, let c, on the real number line. Okay, then three cases may be arise here. If c lie here, means if the value of c is less than 1. Case 2 will be if value of c is equal to 1, and case 3 will be if value of c is greater than 1. So if we choose a arbitrary real number c, so three cases may be arise. So case number 1, if c is less than 1. So as c is less than 1, in that case the value of the function will be x to the power 10 minus 1. Okay, now calculate the value of at x equal to c. Calculate the value of f of x, means f of c. So f of x equal to x to the power 10 minus 1. So f of c will be c to the power 10 minus 1. So this is the value of f of c. Now calculate the limiting value of x at x equal to c, which will be equal to limit x tends to c, and value of f of x is x to the power 10 minus 1, which is equal to c to the power 10 minus 1. Now we can see that the limiting value of the function at x equal to c is equal to the functional value of the function at x equal to c. So from these two lines we can say that limit x tends to c, f of x is equal to f of c. So we say that the function is continuous at x equal to c, where c is less than 1. Clear? So for the first case the function is continuous. Now look at the second case, case 2. Case 2 means when c is equal to 1. When c is equal to 1, so in that case we'll calculate the left hand limit of the function f of x, which is equal to limit x tends to 1 minus, okay, so for x tends to 1 minus, it will take this value x to the power 10 minus 1. That means if I put x equal to 1 here, so it will be 1 to the power 10 minus 1, so that is equal to 0. 1 to the power 10 minus 1, that is equal to 0. Now if I take the right hand limit with x tends to 1 plus f of x, that will be limit x tends to 1 plus, so for 1 plus it will take this as the value of the function. Okay, now put x equal to 1, that means limiting value of the function is equal to 1. So clearly the left hand limit means limit x tends to 1 minus f of x is not equal to the right hand limit x tends to 1 plus f of x. So we can say that the function is not continuous at x equal to 1, means 1 is the point of discontinuity here. Okay, now there's another case, case 3, when c is greater than 1. So in that case the value of the function will be x square. In that case value of the function will be x square. Now calculate f of c, that means c square. In place of x here, just put c, and now calculate limit x tends to c f of c, which is equal to limit x tends to c and f of x is f of x, and f of x is equal to x square, that means c square. So here we can write that limit x tends to c f of x is equal to f of c. That means the function is continuous at x equal to c, where c is greater than 1. Okay. So the function is continuous throughout the all real point except x equal to 1. So 1 is the point of discontinuity. Okay? Okay. So now, okay, question number 14. Question number 14 is, if f of x, okay, 14, f of x is equal to, it is equal to 3 if 0 less equal to x less equal to 1. This is 4 if 1 less than 3 less than x less than 3, and it is 5 if 3 less equal to x less equal to 10. Discuss the continuity of the function where f is defined by this. So now look, for 0 less equal to x less equal to 1, the value of the function is 3. For 1 less than x less than 3, in here the value of the function is 4, and for 3 less equal to x less equal to 10, the value of the function is 5. So in that case, we have to calculate whether the function is continuous in that interval or not. So now, domain of the function is 0 to 10, and each point of its domain, the function is well defined. Clear? So let us consider a arbitrary point C belongs to the closed interval 0 to 10 of its domain. So what are the possible values of C? Look, C may be, case number 1, C may be lying 0 less equal to C less equal to 1. Okay, or less than 1. The point C may be lying here. Case 2, C may be equal to 1. This point may be C. Case 3, C may be lying between 1 to 3. Between 1 to 3. Case 4, C may be equal to 3. And case 5, C may be belongs to 3 less equal to C less than 10. Okay, so in that there are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases may be arise. So in each case we have to check whether the function is continuous or not. So let's start with the first case. Case 1. If 0 less equal to C less than 1. So in that case, value of the function is equal to 3. Calculate f of C, that means C, and limit x tends to C, f of x is again limit x tends to C, and value of f of x is 3. So that is equal to 3. So we can say that limit x tends to C, f of x is equal to f of C. So the function is continuous. So the function is continuous at C, where C is lying here. Now, here is the second case. Case 2. If C equal to 1. So in that case, we will calculate the left hand limit and the right hand limit. So limit x tends to 1 minus f of x, that is equal to limit x tends to 1 minus. So for 1 minus, it will take this as the functional value. So that is equal to 3. And the right hand limit will be x tends to 1 plus f of x, that is equal to limit x tends to 1 plus. Okay, so for 1 plus, it will take this as a functional value. So 4. So obviously the left hand limit and the right hand limit are not equal. That means limit x tends to 1 minus f of x is not equal to limit x tends to 1 plus f of x. So we can say that the function is not continuous at x equal to 1. Now case 3. If C lying between 1 to 3, 1 less than C less than 3. So in that case, value of the function will be equal to 4. Clear? And f of C will be 4. And limit x tends to C, f of x, that will be limit x tends to C, f of x equal to 4. So this is equal to 4. So from here and here we can say that limit x tends to C, f of x is equal to f of C. That means the function is continuous at every point in this interval, this open interval 1, 3. Now case 4. If C equal to 3. So in that case we will calculate left hand limit and the right hand limit of the 3 point. Okay, so limit x tends to 3 minus. First calculate the left hand limit. f of x. So that will be limit x tends to 3 minus. So for x tends to 3 minus, it will the value of the function equal to 4. So 4, and the right hand limit x tends to 3 plus f of x is equal to limit x tends to 3 plus. So for x tends to 3 plus, it will choose this as a functional value. So the left hand limit is 4 and the right hand limit is 5. So obviously they are not equal. So the left hand limit of fx is not equal to right hand limit of fx at x equal to 3. Therefore the function is not continuous here. In that point, function is not continuous. Now one more case is here, when a c is more than 3 but less than 10. Case 5. Case 5 means if 3 less than x less equal to 10. So in that case, the value of the function will be 5. Now calculate f of c, which will be obviously equal to 5. And now calculate limit x tends to c f of x, that is limit x tends to c of 5, which is equal to 5. That means limit x tends to c f of x is equal to f of c. That means the function is continuous at c, where c is lying in this interval. Okay, so in that problem, in this interval the function is continuous, and at that point the function is not continuous. So only the point of discontinuities are 1 and 3. So these are the 2 points of discontinuity. Okay. So let's move to next question, question number 16. Question number 16 is f of x is equal to, it's minus 2 if x less equal to minus 1. It is 2x if minus 1 less x less equal to 1. And it is 2 if x is greater than 1. Okay, so draw the real number line. So this is the real number line. So this is minus 1, this is plus 1. So for x less equal to minus 1, the value of the function is minus 2. And between minus 1 to 1, the value of the function is 2x. And for x greater than 1, the value of the function is 2. We have to calculate, we have to check whether the function is continuous or not. If it is not continuous, then what are the point of discontinuities? So look, in that case, the function is defined for every real number. Clear? So let us consider a real number c, an arbitrary real number c. So there are few cases may be arise. Case number 1, if c is less than 1. Number 2, if c is equal to minus 1. Case 3, if c in minus 1 less c less 1. Case 4, if c is equal to 1. And case 5, if c is greater than 1. So in that 5 case, we'll check whether the function is continuous or not. So let's start with the first condition. First case, case 1. When c is less than 1. So in that case, the value of the function will be minus 2. So calculate the value of the function at x equal to c. As it is a constant function, so whatever the value of x you are put here, the result will be always minus 2. And now calculate limit x tends to c f of x. That will be limit x tends to c and value of f of x is minus 2. So that is equal to minus 2. That equal to limit x tends to c f of x is equal to f of c. So in that case, the function is continuous where c is less than 1. Now, case 2, if c is equal to minus 1. So in that case, calculate the left hand limit of minus 1. So that is f of x, which is equal to limit x tends to minus 1 minus. So for 1 minus, the value of the function is minus 2. So left hand limit of the function at x equal to minus 1 is minus 2. Now calculate the right hand limit, x tends to minus 1 plus f of x. That is equal to limit x tends to minus 1 plus. Okay, so value of the function at minus 1 plus, it will be 2x. Now put x equal to minus 1. So minus 2 into minus 1. So it is minus 2. That means the function is continuous at x equal to minus 1. Therefore the function is continuous at x equal to minus 1. Now case 3. If minus 1 less c less 1. In that case, the function will be 2x. Between minus 1 and plus 1, the function is 2x. So calculate f of c, that is 2c. And limit x tends to c, f of c, that will be limit f of x. Limit x tends to c, f of x equal to 2x. So 2 into c. That means limit x tends to c, f of x is equal to f of c. That means the function is continuous at x, where x is lying between minus 1 and plus 1. Now case 4. If c equal to 1, case 4 is c equal to 1. So in that case, the value of the function will be, for c equal to 1, calculate the left hand limit f of x. That is equal to limit x tends to 1 minus. So for 1 minus, the value of the function will be 2x. That means 2 into 1, which is equal to 2. And the right hand limit of fx at x equal to 1, it will be, so for right hand limit, the value of the function is 2. So that means here we can say that limit x tends to 1 plus f of x is equal to limit x tends to 1 plus f of x are equal. And at x equal to 1, the value of the function is 2 into 1, that is 2, which is equal to left hand limit and right hand limit. That means the function is continuous if c is equal to 1. Now there is one more case when c is greater than 1. case 5, if c is greater than 1. So in that case, value of the function will be 2. So f of x c equal to 2, and limit x tends to c, f of x will be equal to limit x tends to c of 2, that is equal to 2. That means limit x tends to c, f of x is equal to f of c. That means in all the cases, all the 5 cases, the function is continuous. So we can say that the function is continuous throughout the all value of its domain. Clear? Function is continuous for all values of its domain. Okay. Now let's solve question number 17. Question number 17 is, find the relationship between a and b so that the function defined by f of x is equal to ax plus 1 if x is less equal to 3 and bx plus 3 if x is greater than 3, is continuous at x equal to 3. So it is given that the function is continuous at x equal to 3. So we can write limit x tends to 3 minus f of x, that will be equal to limit x tends to 3 plus f of x is equal to f of 3, because it is given that the function is continuous at 3 point, at the point 3. Now we will calculate first this value and then this value and this value, and we will equate them to each other. So now first calculate this one. Limit x tends to 3 minus f of x, that is equal to limit x tends to 3 minus. So for 3 minus, the value of the function will be this ax plus 1. Now if we put x equal to 3 in this expression, we have a into 3 plus 1, which is equal to 3a plus 1. So left hand limit of the function at x equal to 3 is 3a plus 1. Now calculate the right hand limit. Limit x tends to 3 plus f of x, which is equal to limit x tends to 3 plus. Now for 3 plus, it will take this value for x greater than 3, bx plus 3, that is equal to limit, now put x equal to 3 here. So 3 into b plus 3, so 3b plus 3. And also at x equal to 3, f of 3 will be equal to, now put x equal to 3 here, 3a plus 1. Now as it is given the function is continuous, so we can write that from 1 we can write that 3a plus 1 is equal to 3b plus 3. That means these two terms are equal, this term and this term are equal from this condition. That means 3a minus 3b is equal to 3 minus 1. That means 3a minus 3b is equal to 2. So this is the relationship between a and b. This is the relationship between a and b. Now question number 18 is similar to question number 17. So I am not doing it here. We'll skip to the next question, question number 19. So question number 19 is, show that the function defined by g of x is equal to x minus box x is discontinuous at all integral point. Here box x denote the greatest integer less than or equal to x. Okay, so you can see that the function x and box x both are defined on every point on the real number line. So if we consider an integral point, suppose n. Okay, now and n is any arbitrary integral point. Now we have to prove that the function is not continuous at x equal to n. Okay, so for that, calculate the left hand limit at n. So limit x tends to n minus g of x, which will be equal to limit x tends to n minus, put the value of gx, that is x minus box x. That means limit x tends to n minus x minus limit x tends to n minus box x. Now look one thing. If limit x tends to 2 minus box of x, can you tell me the value of limit x tends to 2 minus box of x? That will be equal to 1, because box x is the greatest integral function less than x. Means if you put box of 1.5, so that the value will be equal to 1. If you put box of 1.9999 and up to infinity, so the value will be again 1. Okay, so here put in place of x n and limit x tends to n minus box of x. So if I consider this is the n and the previous number is n minus 1. So for n minus, if limit x tends to n minus, so it will take this as a limiting value, that is n minus 1. So n minus n plus 1, so that is equal to 1. So the left hand limit of the function is equal to 1. Now calculate the right hand limit. Calculate the right hand limit. Limit x tends to n plus g of x. Here the function is g of x. That is equal to limit x tends to n plus g of x equal to x minus box x, which is equal to limit x tends to n plus x minus limit x tends to n plus box of x. That means limit x tends to n plus x, that will be n, minus limit n tends to n plus box of x, limit n x tends to n plus box of x, that will be the again n. So n minus n will be 0. So left hand limit is 1 and right hand limit are 0, so they are not equal. That means limit x tends to n plus n minus f of x is not equal to limit x tends to n plus f of x. That means the function is not continuous at n equal to at x equal to n. And we have considered that n is any arbitrary point. That means the function is not continuous at any integral point. Okay? Okay. So this question is done. Okay. So my next class will start from question number 20. Clear? Okay. So hope you understand this class. So see you in the next day. Thank you.